So this is a bit of like a conceptual video, and the main idea is, will YouTube ever shut down? The main idea being, will YouTube ever just go away? Whether it's, in a month, in a year, in 5 years, 10 years, I mean, how long, or who knows how long YouTube will last or not last. And being honest, because I get this a lot, I think because a lot of people say, hey Mark, you are a YouTuber, you make your money from YouTube and from your electronic music. Do you think YouTube will ever go away? And obviously all those views, those videos that you've made, those, the revenue from and everything. Now it's tough to say honestly what's going to happen. This video is complete speculation. So let me know what you think in the comments, post your own theories. Being honest, I think that YouTube is such an ingrained part of our society. I really don't see YouTube ever going away. I think just as a lot of mainstream apps exist now, I feel like YouTube will continue to not necessarily go away, but just evolve and change with the current time, right? I still remember when Lyft and Uber, for example, came out, and I used to be a Lyft and Uber driver, and I remember when it first came out, a lot of people were like, oh, this getting in a stranger's car thing is not gonna last, this whole ride-sharing service, not gonna last. And now we're like, oh, yeah, let's take a Lyft, let's take an Uber. If Lyft and Uber ever went away, it would actually be a huge hit to our economy. A lot of people now just rely on Lyft and Uber without even thinking about it. I mean, imagine this. Imagine your sink breaks tomorrow. What is the first thing you do? You probably go to YouTube and say, hey, how do I fix a sink? If like say you want to do a quick yoga workout for 10 minutes, everyone pulls up YouTube. If you want to see a review of a product like this microphone that I'm talking with right now, or if you want to see a tutorial on something, everybody goes to YouTube. It is the second biggest search engine on the entire internet. It's bigger than Yahoo, than Bing, than every other search engine, of course, just second to Google, and Google owns YouTube, right? So I think also too, having that kind of Google name, owning YouTube is such a powerhouse of a platform. Obviously, Google is Google and will forever be Google. So I don't really think that the whole YouTube platform will ever go away. Who knows? Maybe in 5 or 10 years, something big happens and YouTube just is gone. But the thing is, and a lot of people forget about this, YouTube is the only platform still in human history where you can create an account for free, make videos like this completely for free, and make money from it. Now, I know a lot of people say, hey, Mark, what about Instagram influencers and models? What about this site? What about this site? But the truth is, in a very unique way, YouTube really allows you to make so much content, and you don't really have to create all these other aspects to it, right? YouTube is literally a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I remember back in the day when I first started making YouTube videos, I got that question all the time where people were like, hey, Mark, wait, you make money from this YouTube thing? I even had some people say to me, dude, are you sure it's not a scam? Like, I actually had a decent amount of people think this YouTube thing, making videos like this, having ads being put on them, was a scam. Now it's kind of cool that when I tell people I'm a YouTuber, rather than get weird or whatever, they're just like, oh, cool. And that's it. They don't really ask me any questions because it's so much of a commonplace thing now. And I think also too, maybe with the way internet marketing's worked, I think a lot of people understand that it's not just having a salary job or like an hourly wage job of the two only ways to make money, right? There are other ways to make money, like passive income and compounding income and, different revenue streams, different revenue models, and YouTube being one of those unique models. So being honest, YouTube is such like a commonplace in our society. It's here to stay. I really don't think YouTube's going anywhere anytime soon. Obviously, who knows? This might be something I look back on tomorrow and I'm like, well, guess I was wrong. But again, it's all speculation. And one last thing I want to say though before I conclude this video is make sure though you diversify your revenue streams. That's why on this channel, obviously, it's a blend of like making money both online and offline. And one big thing I want to say, and this is a quote from Jordan Harbinger, who's a famous podcaster, is he said, don't be mad that when you build your basic platform in someone else's backyard, you get mad when they turn on the sprinklers and rain in your parade. If YouTube went away tomorrow, I think a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers would be devastated. I mean, myself included, right? But they put all their eggs in that one basket. And when you rely on someone else's thing for your sole income, that's really, really bad, right? Because for me, if the YouTube ever went away, that would be a big hit to my income because I'm like, shoot, I love making YouTube videos, but I just pivot to something else, right? Because I created my own brand of Mark Vachero. I have my own website that I personally own. So yeah, even though sometimes I may have different platforms or make different types of content on someone else's platform, like whether it's SoundCloud with my music or again, YouTube videos, I still am willing and still diversify my portfolio to always be ready in case something happens. So that's one big thing I want to say. I know a bit of kind of related, but kind of not for this video is like, look, if let's say 100% of your income comes from YouTube, that's bad because you're relying on YouTube. We've all heard these horror stories of channels for no reason, absolutely no reason, just getting demonetized or getting terminated when they didn't even do anything wrong. And yeah, it sucks. It's horrible, and YouTube has been trying to do what they can to not allow that to happen a lot, but it still does happen. And I think that if 100% of your income comes from YouTube, that could be a very, very devastating moment for you if you wake up one day and maybe YouTube hasn't gone away and YouTube hasn't been shut down, but your account has been shut down. At the end of the day, one, will YouTube shut down? Personally, I don't think so. I think it's just going to evolve and change over time, as it always has been doing since it first started. But two, I think even more importantly is that if the idea of YouTube shutting down scares you because it's a big source of your income, you need to diversify your portfolio. Make sure you change the things you do. Make sure you have numerous revenue streams coming in so you don't only have to rely on YouTube.